Yo, yo, yo! This is DaBLackKing, Goku, and your host for this Let's Play. And welcome back to DaBLackKing Plays, a Let's Play of, or whatever you want to call it, Final Fantasy VII, Episode 31. I was actually thinking about making 35 episodes last night, but I wound up not even doing it. But on the brighter side, if you'll just hang on a minute, I'm going to pause this for a second. Alright, and I'm back. Didn't do much, I just kind of went and got this. On a brighter note, before I really start this, I tell you, I gotta quit eating this. This is like an addiction. I have a food addiction to biscotti. I mean, not that I would eat it every single night. Oh, it's raining again. I can kind of tell. But anyway. I mean. If you don't already know this, biscotti is one of my favorite foods. Biscotti is the second best. It's in between that and Neapolitan ice cream, which is a mix between chocolate, vanilla, and pink. And, so yeah. As long as it ain't burnt. I don't much care for, anchovies, a lot of things. Biscotti is one of my favorite foods. It is. So is tacos, kind of fish, but that's like a last best. But anyway, I kind of needed a piano that was plugged in because the pianos I was using doesn't have no way to plug in. I don't know where the plug is for it, but anyway, a few things I want to comment on. There was this guy doing this thing about how they have these thoughts, right, about these things, and this guy and this hot chick, because all these chicks are going to be always hot when they're coming, doesn't matter whether they got big boobs or not. And I thought that was really stupid. And a sad thing just happened recently that I have not commented on because I was waiting for the right moment and I was trying to best suit how well to put this because I had to put this delicately without trying to bring up the person into this because even though it's their life and everything, but I also want to bring up a point. The person, because if you remember a video I was talking about back, I don't think I did this on YouTube. In fact, I know I didn't. But anyway, she was having problems with this guy. And then he said something about never coming back again. Well, for that one time, he did the same thing again. This time, I guess he means it because, well, and I feel for the girl. But it makes me think, this is the point I'm going to make up, about all this sadness, especially because I also saw this one video a while back about how this couple was almost starting to get ready to get married. And the husband kind of, well, I wouldn't say husband yet because he was going to be a husband, but decided to kind of back out and decided, but, you think about that in life, there's always going to be sadness. I could easily take off the day and say, well, I'm just going to push off and not do this for a while, but still upload videos. But no, actually, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and build up enough that I'm going to start just recording 2 videos at least a day, at least actually 1 to 2, and then and still post out at least 2 videos, 3 sometimes if I've got like an update video, which will be coming once in a while. This is a whole new brand new keyboard, but I'm not going to show it on screen. It's not mine. but I'm sure it's okay. I kind of borrow it. So, I mean, life, there's always going to be sadness. It's like I had to, because sometimes in life, you know, you have to actually write a letter out to one person who cannot listen to you. And, you know, it's like, and you wind up getting into arguments, and a lot of times the best to avoid that argument, I've actually had to hit things. Yeah. Before they walked in and it's like, okay, I'm okay now, I'm okay. I'm still a little upset, but I'm okay. Trying to keep a cool head, trying to keep from holding off, hit somebody or getting in an argument. But the best thing, and sometimes in situations, especially when you try to talk about certain subjects, like when it comes up about, for example, when you want all women when you really don't, or any other subject that's personal, but they're just not listening because it just gets into an argument. So you just write out this letter, like I did, finally, and I says, I don't know what I gotta do to convince you. And she says, you have convinced me, finally, after all this time. Because, I mean, whether I like it or not, I mean, I'm just trying to get along. I may not give a damn what anybody thinks, but let me tell you, the one that you care about in your life, even if it's a parent or a loved one, even if she's your ex-wife, you have to make sure that you get along. And even if though that sometimes you have to come across, and in some cases it doesn't matter whether or not you actually do a letter or not, they just won't care. They'll shrug it off and just throw it away like you're still being a repugnant idiot a-hole, you know. And that's the way sometimes it is with parents or your ex-wife or whatever. It's been a while since I've done the keyboard, but you know. Anyway, I mean, I know I'm not playing or anything, but I wanted to kind of briefly talk about this real quick. That, I mean, because, you know, it's always going to be sadness. Especially, you know, when it comes to a certain YouTuber on YouTube. I'm not going to name any names, but apparently he had a daughter, which I guess wasn't blood or whatever. But it was like a something or something. I don't know how it works. It's crazy to think about it. But anyway, she died in a car accident. She was killed in one. And that, I mean, that right there hits the heart. And something else is going on too. I wasn't really going to bring this one up, but I might as well since I'm on the subject. There's a guy on there called Jacksepticeye. Okay, before that, let me put this way. I'm just talking about Markiplier. But that's the one with the daughter. But anyway, that I was telling you about. But Jacksepticeye, I guess, is going through some problems, which I can understand, but still, you should obviously have videos at least ready to go while you're taking some time off. There's no point in just not having no videos. I mean, the only excuse is if you don't have technology or you're way too sick or depressed and not to take off an entire year of uploading. Yeah, I can understand recording, blah, 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 you know, that kind of stuff. But as far as uploading goes, you want to make sure you got videos posted and ready to go. I mean, especially if you enjoy it so much. It's not that you should force yourself. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying, make sure you have videos that you've already recorded. If you haven't, I mean, I'm not saying it's either to record videos while you're in this kind of time, but that way, like beforehand, before you decide it's time to take off. I've seen that happen way too many times. Like, a very popular YouTuber, and it's not even because, you know, they upload every single day. It's like they're once monthly or once a year or whatever. They get a bunch of subscribers, and then all of a sudden it's dead for about like 3 to 7 years, and all of a sudden it's dead forever. And a lot of times it happens because that YouTuber has died, and then that YouTube channel is dead. I mean, deleted and gone, and you're like, what the hell happened? So, again, this is why I'm saying, if you're going to take time off, and, you know, just make sure you've got videos ready to be posted, no matter how long it takes for you to get back. You know, that way you don't, not to take time to record, just to make sure you got videos. And I don't believe in none of that crap about, I mean, okay. I believe I believe that what he says is accurate to a point, but here's the thing, it depends on the person. Like me, I don't believe that there's only so much I can take of being around in any environment to record. And it's not to say I'm always in it, because there's a lot of times I go outside and I don't really like the outside world. There's too much drama. It's just like being on Facebook. And I'll tell you, it's just exactly like that. So, yeah, I mean, I know I've sitting here been talking and stuff, but I just wanted to do that while I was, before I started this crap. What I'll do is I'll go through the shops later, because they won't let me do anything anyway. So, yeah, it'll be like the next episode. But, yeah, I just wanted to quickly do that. There's an item over there in that chest over here, but I can't do it. It won't let me. Cloud, you are late. It doesn't matter how late you get it. It doesn't really affect anything. Oh, you know what? Maybe I can do it. Can't reach 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 it. Damn it. Drop Mega Elixir. Now, the problem with Mega Elixirs, if you're playing this normally, like I am, because there's no cheat code, unless of course you run it off with an actual like Game Shark or whatever, yeah, you're not going to have unlimited Mega Elixirs or unlimited items. And Mega Elixirs are really few in between. If you find a shop at all, it'll be way too late in the game. Yo, man, you are late. Sorry to keep you waiting. Guess everyone's here now. Actually, not everyone's here, but we can't really worry about that, because those characters are unfortunately not enough to be able to get in the story. But just remember what I said about, stuff about life and everything, because let me tell you something. And in case you haven't realized, I actually got the house for tonight. I don't normally do this, but I mean, I gotta go anyway at 9 o'clock, and I'll be right back at, it don't take long to do what I gotta do. But just make sure the gates are closed, because we got gates out here. Because I am on somebody else's property, but I live on the property. I'm not a guard like I was at the last job, and but I do take care of what I can. It's the least thing I can do to help out and everything. Like where I was helping out with movement and stuff, that kind of stuff. But I'm going to go ahead and shut up now and let the audio do its thing, so it's not so boring. So let's hear your story. Another one about Sephiroth. The crisis of the pacing plan. I'm not really sure who was talking. I forgot who it was. I'm going to go with that. Let us hear it all. I used to want to be like Sephiroth, so I joined Soldier. After working with Sephiroth on several missions, we became friends. You call that a friend? Yeah, well, he's older than me, and he hardly ever talked about himself. Alright, you know, that's actually true if you check out Crisis Core, which is like the pre-evolved version of what actually happened to Sephiroth, without spoiling anything. But I mean, it's still kind of in that timeline, but it's a little bit different. It's kind of hard to explain. So I guess you'd call him a war buddy. We trusted each other until one day. One day? And just so you know, I'm not going to worry about resting or doing anything, especially sadness, because it's going to go away anyway. I'm going to rest up here a little bit. After the war, it was soldiers. After the war, it was a soldier's duty, which made more sense there, but, you know, because that's really confusing. Duty to put down any resistance against the Shinra. Now, speaking of that, because they have voice actors now for the remake, I know I keep bringing it up because I can't stress enough. I don't like a lot of it, but I don't know what this is going to be like at all, what they're going to do, because like a lot of it's going to be voice acting. I don't know if they're going to keep the script in there, because most games do that with the voices, but they stepped out some of it. I think they should have had the voices and the dialogue in case you want to read or whatever, because it's that way you get this same as nostalgic, but you get the voice too. Anyway, after the war, it was a soldier's duty to put down any resistance against the Shinra. Where's the music gone? Though that was 5 years ago. Actually, in line with Megan. I was 16. Uh-oh. We need to get that out of there. You know, I'm not even going to worry about the cheat code, so don't worry about it. I'll be right back. I don't know what it's going to be like. I'm going to try and do a 16-year verse of the Cloud. It sure is raining hard. Hey, how are you doing? I'm alright. I don't know what to give a random guy a name, but you see me work for people, I guess. I wouldn't, know. I have never had motion sickness. This is probably, I'm gonna do this like it's like before he had to become an adult or whatever, you know, for some reason anyway. Everything okay? Where he got manly balls. Okay, I'm not really sure what to give Sephiroth for a name, but I mean for a voice, but I'm gonna try my best here. Hi. Settle down. You know, it's gonna be confusing when I actually get back with him in the future, but I'm gonna try my best to give him a different voice. I gave me new material. I'm gonna do the exercise. I can't wait to use it. I'm such an excited kid, teenager. Oh, frack! Just like a kid. Like a kid. You going to brief us about this mission before I get manly balls and become a man like the man me in the future? And I don't have to become the kid I was 50 years ago? Well, I guess I could, but this isn't just a typical mission. Good. What do you say that? I joined soldiers so I could be like you, just like you. But by the time I made first class, the war was already over. And I'm still not a man with manly balls yet. Oh, my big hopes of becoming a hero like you ended with the war. That is why I always sign up whenever there's a big mission, kind of a way to prove myself. Wait a minute, whoa, back up the truck. Is it me or am I just not noticing this? He just said something about the way the war ended. I thought he was in the war. Maybe I'm wrong here, but that's confusing. I mean, I'd have been interrupting right at this point. Like, wait a minute, Cloud. I thought you said It was during the war. But anyway, that would be the perfect time to interrupt, but you'll get what I mean when it comes time. Say, how do you feel, Mr. Sephiroth? Don't you call me Mr. Sephiroth. Anyway, I thought you wanted a briefing. Our mission is to investigate an old reactor. There have been reports of it malfunctioning and producing brutal creatures. First, we will dispose of those creatures, and then we'll locate the problem and neutralize it. But brutal creatures, where? I'll make a reactor at Nibelheim. Nibelheim? That's where I am from. Hey, where I am from. Hometown. Sir, something strange just crashed into our truck. How can you be turned around like that when there's a chair in front? Can't clearly see that, but it looks like he was sitting down. Unless he was just sitting down invisibly on some box or something, maybe. I don't know. And just knocked it out of the way. That would be our monster. Now the problem with this bite, sir, is that no matter what you do, it's just better not to attack. So defend like crazy. Oh crap. And as usual, Cloud's gonna die. I die, but obviously battle die. Yep. And he's gonna save me. And that's a reference to a material or spell we do not even have. And obviously it makes no sense that we actually have the sword already, which makes no sense. And you see, we'll be dying 100 freaking million times before it's over with. And this doesn't even make sense either. By the way, where's the lighting at? I'll be right back. Yeah, so I went ahead and found some light. So, anyway, let's go with the manly voice of Cloud here, with his manly balls. Because he ain't no manly when he was 16 years old, I guess. Manly enough. Anyway, Sephiroth's strength is unreal. He's far stronger in reality than any story you might have heard about him. That obviously doesn't make any freaking sense, but you know, whatever. So, where do you come in? I like how he does that. Me? I was mesmerized by the way Sephiroth fought. And then we reached Nibelheim. Oh boy. Or Nibelheim. Of course, you hear that quite a lot sound. You see, recognize that sound? It's one of the things, that's one of my pet peeves about video games. Is they have to have the same thing in almost every freaking place. Why it don't change is beyond me. Like, if it was sad or something, you'd think that, I mean, that's just the way it was. Because, I mean, a lot of the games that they actually introduced when PlayStation original, this is on PlayStation, came out, they had different tracks for different locations. I guess it was a revolution that was not ready until PS2 came out. And that's when they decided to show more. And that was the thing. And yet Final Fantasy still has yet to do that. So yeah. We're going to turn off this sound here. How does it feel? It's your first time back to your hometown in a long time, right? You freaking piece of junk. Just so you know, I was talking to the thing when I did that. Anyway, let's get on with it. How does it feel? I would not know because of I forgot my voice for separate already. Anyway, I do not have a hometown.
And how about your parents?
My mother is in Elba. She died right after she gave birth to me. My father. What does it matter anyway? Alright, let's go. That doesn't be his evil voice when it becomes evil. So, yeah. You know, what makes no sense, right, is, they keep saying that even people that argue on the internet that Genova really is his mother. That's not true. His birth mother, actually, believe it or not, I can't remember her name, but that is not his birth mother. The only reason why that is because he was infused with Genova cells, and a hell of a lot worse than anybody who was in Soldier that actually became a soldier, like Cloud and Sephiroth and so many that were actually that graduated from having a uniform. See, Cloud, I'm not going to try and spoil anything much here, but Cloud originally had a uniform. But you can believe it all you want to, but there's all kinds of facts and proof that Genova is not his mother. I don't give a damn what you idiots say. It even says so. Even in the lore, his mother really is not Genova. That's because the Genova cells infected him too damn much, that it over-corrupted him so much that he got that. Especially because all it took was one word. But somebody you'd think he would be like, kind of like a close friend, but not completely, because they aren't as friendly as, say, Zack. Yeah, somebody we don't know about yet. If you played to this point in the game, like, wait a minute, who's that? I've never heard of that guy. Well, unfortunately, though, this guy, which doesn't make any sense when he shows up randomly, and you think you'd be able to incorporate the guy. And it doesn't make any sense that you actually get his sword before, or a sword that's supposed to separated, or not separated, but shared by the two. So let's go ahead and talk to this guy. Keep running around here, and you'll get in trouble. It's boring. Being on watch. You want to do what we always do? I think this is another one of those cases we gotta go and basically make sure that we were happy. So let's do this. You wanted to do what we always do?
Shall we practice? Practice? Oh, you mean practice my pose. As someone in soldier, always have to be careful about what other people think.
When you're in a soldier, I'm gonna tell you something. This is not a spoiler because it's not really shown or anything or told, but when you do a pose, yeah, it's part of soldier, but it doesn't really mean that they always do it all the time. Just during special events and stuff like that. It's just crazy. How did it go? What was it like this?
Good job.
I really don't want to be in soldier. What? Oh, okay. So we don't have to worry about that. So I just want to make sure that it's not one of those, I had to make sure I'm happy with my choice kind of thing. Just sit tight. It's your job, right? It's your job, right?
I'll come and talk to you once in a while. Just stick with it.
Ugh. Okay, so alright, let's talk to this guy again, because I think somebody interrupts me or something. Psst. Alright. I'm going to save state again. Nope.
Nobody gonna say anything? Nobody?
The mango smell is pretty bad here.
Okay, so we're gonna continue on. And alright.
Yo, wait a minute.
Uh-oh.
Isn't that,
I like how he distracts the buzzer. I never really noticed that before, to be honest.
the name of Sephiroth's mother?
Not really.
You got it all wrong. I remember. The damn head is spoken, living in the
Really, actually, you're wrong about what she really looks like, but you know you'll figure that out later on, Barrett.
That's right.
Barrett, would you please let us hear what Cloud has to say? You can ask questions later.
Tifa, I was only...
Okay, Cloud, continue.
You know, he could easily write down the questions if they're gonna... That's what I used to say. I don't know why. I've been saying it for a long time, but I stopped saying it. But anyway.
It is a reunion of childhood pals.
I wouldn't exactly call that childhood pal. So... So let's stop this right here, because I'm actually going to stop the video, and we'll continue in the next one, because it's about time I left, and I'll be back.
See you in a little bit.
This has been your host, DaBLackKing Goku, for DaBLackKing Plays Let's Play of Final Fantasy VII, episode 31, and I'll see you for 32. Peace and peace out.